Kietu Catalyst, a spark to ignite change.
One of our favorite expressions at Kietu is, your soul is in control. And I know a lot of people think about the soul as something that's religious or spiritual, but we think about it a little bit differently. We use it synonymously with your higher, best self, or your inner knowing, or your true authentic self. So replace with any of those if the word soul is bothering you. We just love the expression that we coined, which is, your soul is in control, and we're really not trying to add any religious undertone to anything that we're doing here. So what does it mean? That's what we want to talk about today in the Kietu Catalyst. When we say, your soul is in control, it means that we have within us so much knowledge that is innate. Some people will refer to this as having a gut sense or a gut feeling, because a lot of times we feel it in our belly, and there's a lot of science and research behind that feeling. There is a growing field of research on the gut-brain axis, emphasizing the intricate connection between our digestive system and cognitive functions. Your gut actually has more neurons than your brain does. There's research from the University of Marseille hypothesizing that as we've evolved over the years, in fact, our gut would have been our first brain. Our current brain sitting in our heads as we know it today is actually another brain that grew out of evolution. The Second Brain by Professor Michael Gershon explores the complex network of neurons in the gut and its influence on emotions and decision-making. Additionally, the Mind-Gut Connection by Emerin Mayer, a gastroenterologist and neuroscientist, explores the bidirectional communication between the gut and the brain. Mayer discusses the scientific basis for gut feelings and how the gut influences our emotional and mental states. So when someone says they have a gut feeling, it's because there are tons of neurons in there, capable of sending all kinds of neurological signals to your body to put it into action. But let's get back to the focus of this Kietu Catalyst. We want to help empower you to tune into that inner knowing and to listen to it. Have you ever felt stuck? You know, that paralyzing feeling when you are unable to make a decision. Or have you been overwhelmed by options and choices, and all you can hear in your mind are the voices of other people screaming at you what you are supposed to do? Has your child ever had a monumental temper tantrum that angers you? Or have you ever felt overwhelmed by the cruelty of a rude boss? There are so many different situations we can come up with, and what they all have in common is that they are externalities. Your environment, your situation, is triggering a flight, or freeze response. And in that moment, we have to make a choice. Thankfully, with the help of our little moniker, you can get back to your own inner knowing. Remember, you have agency. You already know what you're supposed to do, you just need to access it. Your soul is in control. Pause. Take a deep breath in and a longer breath out. Take that moment to ask yourself, what do you deeply want? What you deeply desire to come out of this situation? And then listen to your intuition and trust yourself. Trust that higher self. Listen to your gut. It is your deepest, most authentic self advising you how to act and what to do next. Let's take our journals now. Take a moment to think of times when you feel stuck, paralyzed, or overwhelmed. Try to identify scenarios that tend to repeat themselves so you can anticipate a response next time they occur. Can you close your eyes for a moment and recreate an experience in your mind? Then tell yourself, your soul is in control. What does your gut tell you? How does your truest self respond to the situation? Thanks for joining us on today's Kietu Catalyst. Please share our podcast with family, friends, and in your social networks. You just might be someone else's spark to ignite change.
Kietu, who do you think you are?